Lorna 2.0 is back, baby. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. It's been such a long time. I'm so happy to be back with some more informative videos for you. So I'm going to be doing a series about visas, and this is going to be the first of it. So I hope you find this video helpful and informative. If you're new, thank you for coming. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your loyalty. Let's get to it. So first things first, you are applying for the visa, right? You have to go to the website, and I found that online there's so much confusing information. You don't really know where to start. So just a few heads up, you need to know the right website that you're going to for your information so you don't get misled. For example, I actually wrote this down. The US visa, or if you're applying for a US visa and you need information on their website, their government website, the domain is .gov. For Canadian, their domain is .ca. France, their domain is .org. So these are just some important things that you need to know, because when you search American visa or Canadian visa online, everything's gonna come up. So you need to know the website that you're clicking on, if it's the right one. So the next thing that, is a tip is you need to know the type of visa that you're applying for. Like, go online and Google. If you're applying for a visa as a student, if you're applying for a visa as a visitor, or if you're sick and you're going to get medical attention, like which category of visa does your visa fall on? If you're applying for, I know like in the US, the marriage type visa is a K1. I know student is, I think, J1, J2, and then visitors or medical is B1, B2. So things like that, they're grouped in categories. So it's important to know which one you fall under, so that the application process is quite hectic. So it's good to know where you fall, because they have different rules and criteria for different groups. Next thing is, this might seem obvious, but it's really not, is do not let people discourage you from your application. So you're excited, you want to apply for a visa, but you keep telling everyone, like, oh, you tell your friends, you tell your family, and every time you bring the conversation up, someone says, those ones are hard, you're not gonna get. Listen, shut that conversation down immediately. You don't need that type of energy. Don't take advice from people who are not going where you're going. Okay? And you don't have to learn this the hard way. This is just how life is. You're going in, you're doing something new, and everybody keeps telling you how difficult it is. Yeah, it might be difficult. I don't think there's any easy thing in this world, well, except eating. So don't let people discourage you. Just try. What's the worst that can happen? You can find out on your own, or you can listen to what people are telling you. So don't let people discourage you. I'm telling you, don't let people discourage you. And if you notice the discouragement is too much, just zip it. Zip it immediately. Zip it. Okay? Next thing is follow instructions. I know it's like, this is obvious, but it's really not obvious. They are banking on you to not follow instructions, so they have a reason to fail you. For example, in the application process, the instructions say very clearly that submit a photo that is 21 times 21 dimension. Do not go to the cyber cafe. I don't know if people still do, but that's where you get your photos. Like, where do you get your physical photos? You have to go to the photographer, or if it's in the cyber cafe, whatever. Don't let them tell you, oh no, people when they apply, they normally take 24 times 20. Listen. If it's not on the website, don't do it. Don't do it. Do exactly what they tell you to do. If they say this is the picture you bring, that's the picture you bring. If they say black and white, that's exactly what you do. If they say colored, that's exactly what you do. Follow the instructions detail by detail. Okay? They are banking on you to fail. Many people fail the application process even before the application goes through because you didn't follow the instructions. You didn't follow the instructions. Submit PDF, you submit a different type of document. Like, just follow the instructions. Please, please follow the instructions, okay? The next thing is have an itinerary. It just seems like you're organized, whichever type of visa you're applying for, especially for the people applying for a tourist visa. If you're a tourist, I mean, you do have an itinerary. There are many places that people do itineraries right now because a lot has happened. You can use ChatGPT to make a fake one or a legit one, whatever floats your boat. I'm gonna put a link on the description box with a template that I used for my itinerary that they ended up actually not asking me for, but anyway, we'll get to that on the description box, so you can take a look at it, get an idea of what I'm talking about, and then do your own or use that template. Prepare your documents. If they say they want a bank statement, figure out how to get your bank statements prior to the date. If they say they want, don't give information that you have not been asked for. Like I said before, follow instructions. So if they write there they want this particular document, that's what you bring. Don't let people tell you, oh, they normally don't. Stop. I noticed that people love this. Like, you get information from everywhere but where you're supposed to get information from. I'm giving you information right now. This is based off of my personal experience, and it's not the Bible. You don't have to listen to it exactly to T, but I did it. I know what I'm telling you. A lot of people told me the documents that are required, but just go to the website and get the documents that they say they need from the actual website. Don't let people tell you this document to bring, that document to bring, whatever. Also, on the topic of documents, I just want to let you guys know that you can use your M-Pesa statements as financial documents because most embassies in Kenya, that is, if you're in Kenya, sorry, they recognize M-Pesa as a financial institution that's independent. Like, they know some people get paid through M-Pesa. It's true, people get paid through M-Pesa. So, like, don't diminish it. Take that into consideration because I know I used it in one of my applications and it actually helped. So, plus they really look like, when they print the M-Pesa statement, it normally looks so fat. Like, it looks like you have millions. So even if that might not be the case, so put that in mind, put that into consideration. Like, add M-Pesa statements to your bank statements because it's like a form of online banking. I know, so that helps, and all other relevant information that is needed. This is part 1 of the series. On the next video, we're going to be talking about, you've submitted your application, you've set your date, and then now it's time to do the interview. Before I conclude this video, I just want to let you know there's something I forgot I wanted to add. While you're submitting your application and you finish submitting and then you're supposed to pick a date for your interview, make sure that if you want an earlier date, say you're making an application right now, the month is, depending on whatever time you're watching this video, if we are in January and you're making the application now in January and you only find available dates in March or December, sometimes it's like a backlog, so it takes a long time. Frequently go to the website, like at the time when it's at night, the time zone changes. I don't know how to explain this. Let me figure out how to put my words. Okay. So say you're in Kenya and you're applying for Canadian visa and you found the date in March, but you'd like to get a date in February, but there was not available dates while you submitted your application. You can frequently go on the website when it's midnight in Canada or 1 a.m. in Canada and check for dates. I found this helpful. I actually used this to get an earlier date because I had applied to do my interview for one of the visas in July. Yeah, July, and I got a date in August. So I kept going to the website when I know it's like midnight over there to change the dates, and lo and behold, I actually got a date earlier, like 2 months earlier. So I ended up doing my interview, was it March or June? I ended up doing it like 3 months earlier, so I got like a date. Sometimes they keep changing. Just be on the lookout for that. If it doesn't work, fine, but it doesn't hurt to try. That's another extra tip. Watch out for my next video. I hope you find this video short, helpful, and informative. Goodbye.